anything to do with Capitol Hill. We're having our kids affected because of the lockdowns that have been in.
Let me say this, family, and anybody within the sound of my voice, family. First of all, this is what, family. This, from a political stance, this cesspool. First of all, this is orchestrated. Okay, I do not want y'all to think for one instance that this is happening by happenstance. This is orchestrated. This has been socially engineered, literally for a minute. But just to keep it in context, this has been socially engineered for the last 4 years. Since Barack, his bitch ass was in office. Okay, family. I did a video on YouTube. I posted on my Facebook and IG. I told y'all, family, that we are on the brink of a civil war. The red states want to secede from the federal government. They wanted to enact a Article 5 convention. I gave y'all the specific term. It's constitutional. They tried to do it in 2010, I think. California tried to do it first. They tried to secede from the federal government. The same thing they did before the first Civil War, family. Remember, the South wanted to, they seceded from the North, the Confederacy from the Union. The only difference was the South had black slaves. History, it repeats itself, family. And these NBC, CNN, I'm just showing y'all the news because they got the cameras on. But these bobbleheads, these white folks working for the news, don't listen to shit they're saying without an analytical mind. Okay?
Because of COVID, not part of the joint session, who were planning their speeches. We talked to Alyssa Slotkin from Michigan, who was planning her speech. She's a former Pentagon and CIA official who has served in Iraq. At the same time, saying she's never even contemplated anything like this. And what she said was, you expect attacks in places like Iraq in wartime. You don't expect it in the Capitol building in the United States. The only time I've ever seen the Capitol evacuated was after 9/11, when we thought that plane was coming, the plane that ended up heading towards Pennsylvania. We thought that plane, I believe it was that plane, was coming to the Capitol building, and that's when they were evacuated through a tunnel and safely further up Independence Avenue. So I've never seen anything like this, and I have to say, it is shocking. And it started.
First person shot inside the Capitol building.
Inciting that crowd.
Now look, I'm just reporting what they're reporting. We don't know if that's true, okay? If you're in the sound of my voice, listen to me clearly. We don't know if that's true, okay? I worked in the Capitol. I did the whole fiber optic network in the Capitol, literally. We don't know if that's true, okay? That could be to spark something, but family, it's about to go down. I literally did a whole video outlining this 9 months ago. You go to my YouTube. I told black folks, stop running around saying Black Lives Matter. That's a lesbian organization. I told black folks, if these politicians do not legislate tangibles for us, just like our other scholars have been telling us, you don't vote. You stay out of this. Too many of our people do not listen. The reason why is because y'all get y'all information from these motherfuckers. Y'all turn on your TV and turn on CNN and Fox News and you think you're hearing the truth. They are lying or telling half-truths. You have to think for yourself.
We can all save the analysis for later. Just bring us up to date on what you know and what the status is of getting this situation under control.
been the hardest piece of this to pin down, what they're going to do next to try and get this under control. As you mentioned, those requests from the National Guard to try and help deal with this situation, but whether they are en route is unclear. Remember, the District of Columbia falls into a little bit of a strange spot because it's not a state. So questions about what the Defense Department may do in that instance, we are waiting to find out and are in touch with the Speaker's office. But it has been an incredibly difficult day here on Capitol Hill. It started, of course, with the initial proceedings to begin the process to ratify President-elect Joe Biden as President of the United States. That all unfolded, it seemed, as it should have at the beginning. But of course, these protesters approached the building, ultimately breached the Capitol, and then breached the House and Senate floors, which is not something I don't think anyone who was walking into this building today anticipated. And certainly those of us who have been working up here every day for many, many years now have never seen anything like this before. So you are seeing increasingly Republicans coming out and calling on President Trump to urge the people who are here to stand down.
Fuck no.
McCarthy, the House leader, was recently...
Let me say this. They should not stand down, okay? Family, y'all already know. I'm black first, and I'm well-versed. I'm super studied in American jurisprudence and European or American politics. This shit is a joke. I told y'all to get the book by Niccolo Machiavelli, same individual that Tupac adopted his name from. Niccolo Machiavelli. He's the father of Western political science. This shit is a joke. It's good cop, bad cop. These motherfuckers are the same. But the thing is, they didn't anticipate Donald Trump. I believe, and here's one time I will tell you my opinion. I believe that Donald Trump is not with these motherfuckers. Donald Trump has been exposing these motherfuckers. The Democrats, Biden, Kamala, Obama, all the Republicans before them, these motherfuckers are all terrorists. Straight up. The Democrats and Obama and Kamala, or not Kamala, but Obama and Biden, them, when Donald Trump got the presidency, they tried to pull off a coup d'etat, family. I put it in multiple videos. They tried to pull off a coup d'etat. Look up coup d'etat. That's a violent overtaking of the government. What they did was a non-violent or a clandestine coup d'etat. They locked up General Flynn, a 3-star general. They smoked Hillary, that evil bitch, smoked motherfuckers, multiple motherfuckers, got motherfuckers smoked without nobody knowing. CNN, Fox News, they're all the same. It's a conglomerate. The same corporations run the media. We live in a fascist terrorist system. Look up the definition of fascism. I have been laying this out for 7 years. And since I'm a nigga, since I'm a black male from the hood, motherfuckers think that this is a joke. I have shown y'all scholarships and books to back this up. Fascism is when your government is controlled by corporate entities. Corporations run the United... Matter of fact, the United States is a corporation, Holmes. These motherfuckers, Holmes, this is the Civil War. This is the beginning right here, fam.
Is supposed to be a formal transfer of power from one administration.
No such thing as a formal transfer of power.
Mitch McConnell was on the
You
floor
see,
of the Senate.
this is what I'm telling y'all, family. When you listen to these white employees of these news networks, always off the bat know that they're lying or they're telling the half truth. There's no such thing as a peaceful, formal transfer of power. They steal power, family. You can't. Family, power is taken. Power is taken, never given. They tried to pull off a coup 4 years ago. Why do you think all these white boys is down there with hammers? And the police is them, they're the same.
What can you tell us about how you're doing right now?
Yeah, well, thank you. I am safe myself and a few other younger staffers I'll just say in my office, the building in which my office is located. Capitol Police have been running through the hallways, so you'll occasionally hear commotion outside. I'm not sure whether or not it's Capitol Police or one of the protesters, and then just continuing to wait on further updates from the Capitol Police.
And what did you witness today? What have you seen?
Well, I've obviously never seen anything like this before, and it wasn't a surprise that we were going to have this large crowd of protesters, so it's still a mystery to me how this crowd was able, within about 10 or 12 minutes of starting, able to reach both sides of the Capitol, both the east side and the west side, and get into or right around the House chamber as well. As apparently, from texts I'm getting from friends of mine who serve in the Senate, they were able to get into the Senate chamber as well. So that is just absolutely inexplicable to me that happened. But ultimately, though, the bigger threat, in my view, is not the thousands of people who are here today, even though there aren't, and they are a threat. The bigger threat is actually those who have incited them all along the way, cheering this on. That's the real threat.
Well, at this point, what are you hoping? How do you think this will be resolved? And do you think Congress will be able to complete its constitutional duty? I mean, even though there seems to be a moment right now of stasis, for lack of a better word, right now the Capitol is not under control. It's still infiltrated by people who have broken through barriers and broken across the lines to come inside the Capitol. I mean, look at the image. I don't know if you can see it. We're seeing people inside offices, ceremonial offices, and real working offices inside the Capitol who have barged in
and
having their way with the place.
They stunned. Family, look, let me tell you like this, family. See, I would commentate this whole SHIT, but I ain't about to give it too much energy, you know what I'm saying? Long as they don't bring this shit down Benton Road, Southern Avenue, Blaisburg Road, long as they don't bring this shit to the churches, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? Because we go see a firefight, they do that. But check this out, man, look. Don't think for a second that the broad talking or the other dude talking on this white media, these motherfuckers are all related, family. The broad talking, her brother's probably down here. Okay, family, this is what y'all have to understand. White supremacy is a system. A system, meaning it's multiple working parts to achieve the same goal. That's why our scholars have been telling us since before God. Nellie Fuller, out of D.C., he's 90 now, still alive. He wrote the United Independent Compensatory Concept for Victims of Racism, White Supremacy. Famous book, scientific book. If you do not understand white supremacy, how it works, everything else you think you understand is only going to confuse you. Black people running around voting are confused. I've been saying this shit for 8 years. Black people running around seeking to work for white people, even if they're good white people, you're confused. That's not how you achieve power. That's not how you obtain justice. You are in a race war. You are in a land dominated by your open enemy. So when you turn on your TV or your radio and you think you're getting the news, you're getting propaganda. You're getting social programming to turn you into a fucking idiot or a coon. Stay home, family. If you in D.C., PG County, stay home.